So those who don't know about Harshul Bhaiya, I would like to tell you something about him. Like he is doing MSc in physics from IIT Bombay, and he was an ex-coordinator of AMURoboclub 2020. So we will get to know a lot of things and about his experience in this session. So we could start. Hello, Harshal Bhaiya. Okay. Hands like Aman and Najmus, they all joined.
So basically, I guess last session would have been a job-oriented one regarding what kind of jobs you can have after engineering or how to easily access those jobs from after doing this BTech or MTech, right? So I would like to dedicate a bit more towards higher education part, and also if there would be some questions regarding job, then we can also discuss those as well. And I think we have Rajneesh as well with us, which can definitely give some very good answers regarding job perspectives. So yeah, we can open. I'm very open to the questions, so we can start, I guess. Also, before I begin, what kind of medium of instructions would be nice? Like, would it be total English or a mix of both, or Hindi one you want?
So either write in the chat or you can say, is there any issue with the language? Or everyone is comfortable with English? Mix. Ryan is saying you can use like mix. Maybe mixed, everyone is saying both English and Hindi.
Okay, then we can do both. Yeah. So yeah, guys can start firing your questions in the chat box, or you can even unmute a mic and speak. We can discuss that. And before that, I can then start with my journey. Like I did my electronics here. Yeah, I graduated in 2020, and then during my final year, I was preparing for our exam JAM physics, and then after that, I went to IIT Bombay. So my story is kind of that I changed my career from engineering to physics perspective. And if someone is it's very common, like when we join engineering, we do have some hobbies, side passions and all. We all wanted to switch. Sometimes people like to go into music, some people go to some other stream, some go to analytics and all. So yeah, it's very possible. So this session I want to make it to that part as well, that after joining engineering, how to explore what type of thing that you want to do in your future other than job, education, or following your things that you love. So, are there any questions? We can start with that.
I think there are many of them won't be aware about like what is exactly IIT JAM exam is because
Okay.
I've seen the
So the thing is, engineering is a bit too technical stream, right? You get to go at a good hands-on on devices, coding stuff, and all. And the thing our country lacks is in core sciences, like studying physics, basic physics, biology, chemistry, mathematics. So many even are not even aware that what are the options that how to pursue these. Even after 12th class, most of our parents just force us to do engineering, take a good stream, either CS or electronics, and you'll get a good job or anything, right? So IIT JAM is basically a Pan India exam, which is conducted just like IIT JEE, but it is for the entry into MSc and integrated PhD programs to various IITs and IISc as well. So it's basically includes the syllabus from BSc, and it has many papers, just like GATE. You'll get physics, chemistry, maths, even economics is now part of IIT JAM. So many people, even engineering targets economics to get into financial aspects of jobs, right? So this is also a good option. And MSc statistics is also a very pursued subject. Many people after engineering go for MSc statistics, because by that you can get a very high paying job into data analytics firms, even in banking companies like Goldman Sachs and all. So this is IIT JAM. And for GATE as well, you guys know very much about GATE. What is GATE? I can answer your questions regarding preparation strategy, regarding any higher education exam, how to prepare, how to target these exams, what kind of things or resources you would need to appear in all these things. And regarding job as well, if someone has definite some doubts, we can do that. And some people might also be targeting some research career as well, R&D, PhD, and industrial research as well. So yeah, we can also discuss that part as
Yeah, so last time I saw many of you were asking about like higher studies, especially MTech and MS to Anandbia. Then Anandbia referred you like to ask Harshul or someone else. So if you want to have that questions, you can see in chat box or maybe speak up.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, Manish, you're audible.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah.
well. Yes,
Hello.
Manish,
Yeah.
you are audible. Hi.
Hello. Yeah. I'm Manish, and I'm in the CEOs community with you.
Yes, yes, I know.
Uh, So, about my question is not very technical. So, you have said that you have done your BTech from Aligarh.
Yes.
So, your family was comfortable about sending you to the Bombay. Bombay
Bombay, like for what? For doing an MSc or just to Bombay?
for MSc, for MSc, for
For
higher study.
MSc, because I haven't been to Bombay yet. It's online till now.
Uh,
So the
hey,
thing is, you have to convince them regarding how good you can do. You have to show them how, like, if someone is in BTech, right? So it's very difficult to convince your parents to pursue something very different. And that too, even if you have some job offers and all, and you might get some potential jobs. It's very hard even for you to convince yourself to drop that and go to some uh, very research intensive or very education intensive thing, right? So the best thing you can do is to show them by your performance. You can start preparing a bit early, and you can tell there are test series as well going on for coachings, right? So the first thing is, before convincing your parents, are you convinced at all regarding this stuff, right? So first, I would say is whenever you prepare for these type of exam, it always take some good test series, some very famous, reputed test series, and try giving some mock test and all, or at least watch a syllabus of these things
yes,
and see if you can do well, or see if you can prepare regarding if you can really cover them, because many times the passion and love for these things is based on the movies and all, right? If you watch some sci-fi movie, people get so influenced that yeah, I'll do this part, I'll study on black holes, I'll study space time, and I'll study time travel and everything. This is just fancy pop science culture. This is not at all what you expect science to be like. And you cannot be Iron
I'm
Man
really
after doing
interested.
electrical engineering, right? So this is very fancy. So if you are convinced with these filmy stuffs, I would say definitely your parents are right in that case. But if you are dedicated enough and you can show them with your performance in some exams, like these test series exams are very good to judge your performances and how well you can do. These all you get some all India ranks in them, and if you can tell your parents that I have this and I can definitely do that, I don't think they would say no. If they would say no, I would say you can secretly pursue it, give an
No,
exam, and
actually,
then you can
yeah.
tell the results.
No, if there, let's say, if I have a financial constraint, so is there any solution?
Financial constraint, yeah, it's a very real problem actually. Many people do have it, and I would say if you have financial constraint, then it is better to take some job. Meanwhile, you are preparing. I would say take a job after your graduation, and simultaneously you can prepare for the exam. It's not a very hard exams. These all post graduation exams, GATE, JAM, just they are very easy to prepare. You can prepare while you are doing a job, and they just need just 3 to 4 hours of study daily. So, that way you can serve your family financially. And for other reason, other option that I would tell you is integrated PhD exams. In India, we also offer MSc or Masters plus PhD exams. By that, you can get stipend at least 30,000 or 35,000 per month. So that type of stipend or money even you get in very beginning jobs of engineering, right? If you join some service-based companies like Accenture, TCS, you get this much salary. So if you take some good integrated PhD exam, then your financial aspect is very much solved. You will get your master's there. You'll also get a PhD degree, and it's just 6-year programs. And doing a separate MSc, Masters and PhD takes 7 years. So it will also save you a year as well.
No, actually, I have heard about this solution, but this 6 years of commitment.
So if you are worrying about just masters, then I would say uh, take some distance program as well. If you want to study a subject and you are not financially sound, then I would say some open universities offer very good programs like IGNU. You can take those type of exams. Even IITs are also offering some MOOC courses now. Take those, pursue your job side by side. I would say that if financial constraint is the problem.
No, with financial constraint, if I take an educational loan, so is it worth it?
Yes, IITs give you scholarships. I do get some scholarships from IIT, so your fees aspects would be solved easily. And education loan after doing just MSc is not definitely. I won't say you will have much great opportunity, but yeah, if you have some in MSc in maths, physics, or chemistry, you can definitely join some good coaching institute at Kota. They hire people here, Narayana Group, an academy, and all. They come for hiring here, so you can get a very good placement in these after pursuing an MSc from IIT.
Thank you, Via.
Sure.
Okay, so here we have some questions. Like Kshitish Gupta has a question: How to write a research paper in second year?
The writing research paper has a very little correlation regarding pursuing a research career. Just a minute. I'll be back in a minute. Just give me a minute. Yes. So writing research paper is, if you want really dedicated, writing a research paper in second year is a bit difficult task. I would say you can wait till third year and gain some good experience. But uh, if you want to, like, if you are very serious regarding research career, then pursue approach a professor in your first year after after your first or semester or your second semester in the summer vacations. Pursue uh, join some research group in AMU. There are many, like in electronics department we have communications research group, and we have circuits analytics as well. So contact any professor, tell them that I am very interested in your research, I like to work with you, and find your research interest as well. Pursue them and ask them for some research project, so they can very easily give you if you have a very good CGPA in your first or second semester. That's why I would say that writing a paper in third year is much easier because you have your academic records with you. So after first year, if you get above 8 CGPA, you can contact any professor at AMU, and they'll easily give you a project based on your interest and what kind of performance you have, and do some good work with them. Get their weekly guidance. Contact their PhD students as well, and then you can write a paper easily regarding. And also choose a very easily publishable topic. Sometimes some topics are that you have to study a lot in for many years for publishing some essential result. So choose a very easy publishable topic. So if you are from electrical department, I would say we have a few professors there. I can send the name to these RoboClub people. I don't remember the names. They publish papers almost every 2-3 months. So if you join with them, there are high chances that you can get some good results with them.
Yeah. Okay, Veera, thank you. And okay, Rashid, you have any question?
Yes, yes, yes. Bhaiya, uh, I have heard that we can directly pursue PhD after BTech.
Yes, you can. Actually,
Bhaiya?
BSc people cannot do that. You need a 4 years of university education for pursuing a PhD. So BTech is definitely an option after before PhD.
Yeah. I want to know about like after BTech if we want to go for PhD in IITs. So, Bhaiya, can you suggest some
IITs are
tips?
still not open actually. IITs generally take BTech from other IITs as well. Like if you are have cleared JEE and then BTech from IIT, then some IIT will easily take you just by after interview. But some other tier 2 or tier 3 college it's very difficult for them to take directly after BTech. ISCs are open for it. For that, you have to do some very good research work and publish some papers during your BTech. You can contact the professors there and ask them how to pursue the um, PhD, what is a regular course, because many institutes in India are not very much open. But if you want to pursue a PhD after BTech, I would say foreign PhDs are very good options. Like in US or Europe, you can get PhD easily after completing a BTech, provided you have a very good research profile. You have some papers, you have got some GRE scores, some subject GREs if there are physics, chemistry, maths, or psychology. You can get those GRE scores as well and TOEFL as well. So it's very easy as compared to India. In India, generally they offer integrated PhD, and PhDs are options only for students from Tier 1 institutes like BITS, IITs, or ISC. But in ISCs and there are some other institutes like TIFR, you can apply there for PhD or integrated PhD after your BTech.
Okay, thank you, Veya. And also, we have one question. What made you switch from engineering to physics? Was it your decision from first year?
This is a very frequent question people ask to me. Basically, after 12th, as I told you in the beginning, people are very confused what to pursue, and all prepare for JEE, honestly. And we don't even know what kind of content there is in various branches of engineering. So I wanted to study physics after that only, but I would say my naiveness that I don't know many things. I joined BTech and I took electronics because it has some very good aspects of quantum physics and quantum mechanics involved in electronic devices and all. So I wanted to study physics since beginning, and since AMU do not have any engineering physics program, so I had option to either take it mechanical or electronics. So I made up my final mind of pursuing that I won't go into engineering or AmTech is, I would say, third year. I made up my mind that I'll go for it. That was the point. It's not that there is electronics or engineering is or CS is bad thing. It just was my personal preference. I wanted to study that.
Atif, you have raised your hand. Is there any question?
Yeah, I have a question that after BTech, why you not go for CAT
Can you type
for
your question?
MBA?
I think your voice is breaking, Atif. Can you repeat it or type in the chat?
So yeah, I have a question that after BTech, why you not go for CAT for MBA?
No, you can
Why you
definitely you
choose
can go for it.
IIT?
No, that the answer I gave in the last part is that I wanted to pursue the core science of physics part. So I took up IIT JAM, and honestly, in my second year, I didn't even know that any exam named JAM even exists. So I was not even very sure about how to enter that part. I was in my mind is that I would get an AmTech EP or electronics only, and then I can somehow manage after that. But yeah, I got to know about JAM, and for CAT, yes, definitely you can prepare for CAT in your third year, and you can easily get some MBA. And if anyone needs regarding any tips or sources regarding CAT preparation, I have few friends who have very good percentiles in CAT, like 99.99 or cleared even top these MBA exams of country. I can refer you guys to them definitely. You can ask regarding CAT and MBA.
Okay, Bhaiya, thanks.
Okay, so next, the question was: are there any noteworthy scholarships?
Scholarships regarding what? You have to be specific, like regarding PhD, masters, BTech.
I think you mentioned about the scholarship you have, so I think then this question come up.
In MSc, I have this merit scholarship. So yeah, if you have some like decent or above average CGPA, you can apply for these merit scholarships. So they generally give you scholarship. And yes, if you are in top 2 students of class, then they also give you some additional prize money or something for that as well. But that's out of question for many people. So yeah, they are generally merit scholarships, and every student in IIT is aware. In 1 or 2 months, they just tell you everything, what kind of scholarships they'll give you. So mostly you can only avail one scholarship from an IIT. So if you pursue GATE, you'll get a scholarship from central government that is around 12,000 rupees per month for doing an AmTech. And for Masters MSc, I have one scholarship, this merit scholarship. Then other scholarship is I'm doing a research project with a professor. So she pays me a stipend, monthly stipend. So you can, yeah, that is, you can, other than these merit scholarship, you can join a research group. And from there, you can get some stipend and sources of money to manage your studies.
Okay. Ryan, were you asking about anything else or any type of other scholarships you were mentioning? If it was specific, you can mention that. Okay. So next we were, how hard is it for an AMU BTech student to get an internship from an IIT, especially like Delhi or Kanpur? IIT Kanpur, IIT Delhi.
So it depends on which type of profile you want. Like if being an engineering student, I wanted a internship in sciences like physics, chemistry, or maths. It would have been a very hard process for me. But it is very much easy. Like there are very much programs like Spark. IIT Roorkee has a Spark program, and IIT Gandhinagar also has their program for internships. And then IIT Hyderabad too have a program my friend got into one through that program at IIT Hyderabad. So they bulkily take students there. So hundreds of students get internships every year at IIT Roorkee, Hyderabad, Gandhinagar, even IIT Bombay they have. So basically, you have to just keep an eye on these applications, prepare a good SOP. Uh, After second year, it won't be a too much of it, but yeah, these clubs come into picture here. If you have some very good projects in clubs which you can demonstrate in your SOP and in your resume, you can very easily get an internship in IITs. And if you work with some professor, like someone asked regarding research paper, so if you work with a professor in your first or second year and have some good publishable work, you can definitely get an internship. Apart from that, there is another way which is very selective way. Like, entry through it is very less. So you can do is cold mailing. You have to open an IIT, visit professor's profile, and then select professors from there, mail them, ask them for the project. But generally, they will take you in that for internship, but they won't pay you in most of the cases. So if you get through a program, you'll be paid as well. There are some foreign internships as well, like MyTex. You can apply for that. Then there is an organization called IAEST, which also offers internships. And then Germany has an organization called DAAD, which gives internships to Indian students for cultural and educational exchange. So you can keep an eye on those applications as well. Make a good SOP and CV. You can easily get them.
Yeah. So next question was, what do you think about the IIT field, engineering physics?
IIT field engineering physics.
I think he's saying about.
Engineering EP branch in IITs, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, EP is if you want to make a career in physics, right? So EP, I would say, is the best option you could choose in not even in IIT, in any in college in India. If you see EP and you want to make a career in physics, I would say EP is the best option because from that you can get a mix of both. You get to study theoretical physics and also you get to study engineering parts as well. So if you somehow lose interest in physics, you can get a job after EP because you know coding and all the technical stuffs, experimental parts, devices, instruments, and everything. And if you are still in love with physics, then you can definitely pursue a good PhD because if you see a stats of people getting a PhD after their BTech in foreign universities, BTech EPs are one of the highest reachable group. So these people get PhD very easily because of their very good profiles in education curriculum. So they have both physics and technical courses, which makes them very good approach. And to add to my last answer regarding internships, there are institutes called IISERs, IISER. So there are IISERs in Pune, Mohali, Kolkata, and Tiruvananthapuram, and I guess one or two more places. These are also very good for science-based research. So you can mail the professors there to get some internships there as well.
Okay. So next question was, I have project idea, so I want to know after which graduation, like masters or bachelors, I work on it. It's from Tarun.
Okay, let me read it. I have project ID, so I want to know after graduation. Then can you be a bit more specific? You can turn on your mic if possible, and a bit more specific what type of idea you can.
Yes, yes. It's idea to make a new vehicle,
Okay.
basically. So I new
You
vehicle
want to work on a
which
project
means
idea, right? So
yes, yes.
first thing I would advise you, you want to know a bit detail like how to what kind of resources is contact coordinator of this club or some joint coordinator. They can tell them your idea, and if possible, and if it is feasible at student level, they can help you provide these equipments and everything, and some softwares and all you need. And if you need a bit more help, then I would say contact a professor, and for that even you can take help of these club post bearers. They can refer you to the, because we have these I guess what do we call them, faculty advisors, right? We have from all the branches here, and these faculty advisors are very good in directing, you're supervising your research work, right? So if you have this kind of, like, if student can help you, then definitely these coordinators and joint coordinators will help you with that. And if there is something beyond you need, some more kind of help you need, some big expertise or more complicated instruments and softwares, then approaching a professor would be a nice idea. And I would say you can do that in your graduation. In your BTech, you can definitely contact them. Won't be a problem.
Thank you.
Okay, so next question we have was how AMURoboclub helps you as you join the club. What you did there?
See, I have been a part of this club for all of my 4 years of engineering. So you get to explore a lot of things that you won't find anywhere else. Anywhere else, I mean, like, if you do not join any club or anything, you miss a lot of experience. From the first, I would begin with softwares and the soft skills. So if once you're a part of this team now, so you have this, you have to use these MATLAB, Python, and Arduino, Microsoft Office, Photoshop, every kind of, you'll get to work on every possible kind of software you have not even heard of. So this helped me increase my software count on my CV and some experience as well. So I would give you like an example. Once I joined here in my MSc Masters, so people don't even have a basic art to give presentation as well. So if you have some good project, you people, like, they are very good rankers. You'll find AI1, AI2 here at Bombay, but they are very poor in these skills. They don't even know how to make a presentation, PowerPoint presentation. All. So you can definitely use these skills that you gain here to impress the professors there, and which can easily help you get some projects and come into their good books. From that, you can get their good letter of recommendation and all. And regarding this technical aspects, is that I got to know almost every other possible instrument that is available in ZSCT. So if you are an electronics student, then in your labs you'll get have these complicated experiments regarding ICs, oscilloscopes, and all this kind of stuff. So before doing that in your lab, you'll get to do everything on your own in the club. So you'll have an advantage that you can do this your lab work very easily without much of aid, and you can even tell your professor that I did this and all, and get some good favors regarding. Even if professor is impressed, he can give you some good project regarding that technical aspects. So, and again, the internship that I did at KIT last year, it definitely helped me because I had a profile in engineering with a lot of stuff on robotics, which included a lot of working on microcontrollers, sensors, and all, and motors. And then I had this physics degree as well. So, if you are a pursuant of experimental physics, so this robotics aspect is very much needed in today's world because a lot of physics research is now based on these developing detectors, using sensors, microcontrollers, and even on data science and machine learning. So I would say RoboClub contributed a lot to what I am here till now.
Um, okay, Bhaiya, it like if you could tell about any of your starting projects in the club because they will connect more.
Starting, I did it with line follow robot. This is the very basic robot which everyone does at a RoboClub, right? So if you join RoboClub, you can straight away go to some office bearer and ask them give us a IR sensor, Arduino, or at Mega 16, anything, and some wheels and motors. You can easily make a LFR. So line follow robot was the first one I did. Then I did a project on home automation, which was like controlling the switches and everything in your house with your mobile app. Then I was part of Robocon, and then I, like, my last project, I guess, was, other than my final year project, was a Robobot project. So we developed a combat robotics robot in that.
Yeah. Thank you, Bhaiya. So I think, yeah, we have one question. Did you feel electronics engineering is somewhat different from electrical engineering or computer engineering? If so, then what is extra and useful information in which branch? Yeah.
See, curriculum wise, they are definitely different. But if you have an interest in CS, I would say, and if you are electronics or electrical engineer, it is, I guess, very easy to pursue nowadays because these we have even coding club in the city, I guess, right? With it, like which helps student regarding coding and all stuff.
Yeah, we have coach.
So you can definitely contact those people, and you don't even need a CS degree to get a job in CS. So these demarcation between these branches has almost eroded nowadays. And other than curriculum, I would say the course structure, there is not much difference between electronics, CS, and electrical. The basic difference was earlier it was that mainly electronics and electrical is with the hardware part, and CS was connected to the software part mostly. And between electronics and electrical was like electronics deals with low voltages, I would say millivolts, volts, and these electrical engineers deals with megavolts and all, low volts and all. So that was the just very theoretical bookish difference. There is not much if you are dedicated enough to pursue these other thing that you are interested in.
Okay, so we have one question from Apur. How much the research internship programs like MyTechs and that help us get into a better college for MTech? Are there are they given preference over gate score?
No, I would say no, because these gate Amtech is totally based on ranks and a bit of if you are trying for MSR, like research programs using MS in IIT, then they might consider these as a very good point, but mostly it is rank based. But if you go for a MS in abroad, then they are very like very good weight on your. They put very good weight on your profile.
Okay, so next question is one can get job in PSUs after pursuing BTech?
Yes, you have to clear gate, and if you get into top 100 ranks, and I would say PSU will definitely welcome you.
Okay. So next question from Adil is I want to prepare for GATE. When should I start my preparation seriously? And then what's the benefit if I'm doing a project or following some internship? Should I go with this? So basically he's asking if he should prefer GATE or doing projects or internship, like which would be better.
I would say doing a project mustn't affect your preparation for GATE. For GATE, you can start preparing in your late second year, I would say, because first year, generally, the syllabus of first year is just other than mathematics, not much is asked in GATE. So you can take relax in your first year, join these clubs, enjoy this environment. You can even change your mind regarding what to join and like which branches or which fields to pursue. You can definitely change your mind after your first year. So first year, take some like take your time, join these clubs, explore all these stuffs, and then in the second year, collect syllabus and resources that you need for GATE. And in your late second year, I would say in your fourth sem, you can start preparing because GATE syllabus is generally second, third, fourth. Like second and third year is mainly the GATE syllabus. So I would say it will not affect your chances of GATE because I had a very good friend who was even a captain of Robocon, and she was in almost every other project of RoboClub, and we used to stay here for 10 hours a day. But she cleared GATE with like 160 rank or something. So it will definitely not affect your preparation for GATE, joining any project or club. Yes, you can definitely invite Kakul for some interaction because she is now placed in Google, so she can give you insights regarding placements as well.
Yeah, we will also join her so that everyone could get an interaction with her too. So next, I think, yeah, Devanshu had one question. How do you got in research internship in Germany?
My internship was mainly we have a very good placement portals at IIT Bombay. It is one of the best in country, of course. So where you have to like put your SOP, resume, and some other skill set, some documents, whichever you want to present. Your whole PDF of certificates, what projects you did, what events you participated, what rank you got. You have to prepare a very big portfolio of yours, and they verify that everything regarding, like, if you did a research project, then they'll ask you to show a mail transcript with the professor with which you pursued this project. So, or if you get some, like if you write in a CV that I have done this project and I have this won this rank and everything, they need certificate, and they'll also need some verification that is this certificate valid or not. So you have to make a very good portfolio regarding that in IIT. And then there is a portal where the internship coordinators contact these universities, and they come there to offer internships. They see your SOP, CV, and if needed, they interview you, and then you can get these internships. Other than that, you can, the other way is the cold mailing way, that start mailing professors in your first semester and then tell them you have this profile, you wanted to do this. And but funding, getting funding is the most difficult part in that mailing thing.
Yes. So I think Manish, you have some question.
Yeah. Bhaiya, I'm thinking of dropping this year for Jam and Jest. Actually, I was not seriously studying in COVID, so I don't know a lot of syllabus of regulars. So, is there any piece of advice that would be helpful for me, like from where to drop the year? Coaching in Delhi or online coaching like an academy or just self study?
Okay. So I would say that the JAM exam is in this month, right? Are you preparing for that?
Yeah.
Or?
Actually, I know that I would not be able to complete that much syllabus.
No, I would say that appear for it and see how much
Yeah,
you can perform in that.
I'm appearing for it, but I know that I'm not prepared for it.
Okay, so if you want to take a drop, and if you think you can study everything like by yourself, I did a lot of self study. I never joined a coaching regarding this JAM exam. So if you can pursue it by self study, and if you think that in the last 2 years you were dedicated enough that you can do on your own, then I would say self study is the best option. It saves you time that you need to go to the coaching and coming back, and staying in another city is definitely a bigger problem. And if other thing is, if you are comfortable with online these classes and interactions, an academy is better than these daily coaching. But if like nothing works for you, you cannot concentrate on your own, you cannot do these online classes, then going to Delhi, like to career endeavor of physics academy, I would say for IIT JAM physics is a good option.
So, we have one more question. I mentioned that I was not studying COVID, so I actually explored a lot of things. So I developed a serious interest in game development in C# language, and additionally, I also love theoretical physics. So, do you know any field that can mix them both? Like I just know one field that is teaching, which can mix them. Like
Simulations,
like 3 blue, 1
simulations,
brown. You have
simulations,
yeah,
simulations. You
simulations.
can do simulations. You can do experimental physics, right? Or phenomenology. Phenomenology is what verifying the theory using the experiments. So that part you can pursue.
And computational physics. Is
Yes,
there any?
computational physics. It do not involve much of theoretical physics, but yes, you can do computational physics.
So what we have to do for computational physics? Like, is there any separate subject in MSc or?
No, electives. Mainly masters is all about electives. How which profile you want to go, you have to take a lot of electives. Like if I will answer it very generally, like if someone want to go for MTech here as well. So if you take electronics as your major, then you can either go to VLSI field, like which Anand we had discussed last time, that VLSI is a very high paying field, or you can go to circuit analysis, or you can even go to CS, like computer technology. So it all depends how much electives and how well you manage your electives, because the core subjects in masters are just very few. Most of the subjects are electives and projects. So you have to be very careful regarding what project you choose as your thesis project, and which electives you take up for your further field that you want. So for computational physics, you can take advanced simulations techniques, which almost every university in India offers, and then you can take many body computational problems. You can even take,
Yeah.
I would say, statistical mechanics is also a very good thing to get theory behind these things, to get to know theory.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So the next question was, how much efforts it takes to make into IIT JAM? How much consistent time of years it takes?
For an honest answer, if you want, I started preparing in around August in my final year, and in my final year, so definitely college was there. So it took me 5 to 6 months, I would say, of regular preparation, daily studying these stuffs, and yes, and a good test series in the end. So I would say 6 months and a good test series is just enough to cover all your BSc syllabus and clear this time. But that's only when you study daily and everything. But if you want to take some off time as well, then 1 year is sufficient enough. Not more than 1 year, I don't think you don't require for IIT JAM or chess. Anyways, you don't need it. And yes, that would be the thing. Divyanshu.
So we have question one more, like how has been your research experience so far? What you found exciting and what are the challenges?
This is a very general question, actually, very broad and open to many answers. My experience has been good and bad both. It depends on how you perceive. Like you have to, like when you join a new field, you don't know much about it, right? You only have the bookish knowledge. So I tried with the photonics field as well. Photonics, like many of you would have known regarding these solar cells, photovoltaics, and this optics and all. So I tried that. It was a very nice field, and I'm doing very good project in that. Then I tried high energy physics. It's again a very nice experience. But then there were some other fields which I didn't like much. So my internship played a very like good role in developing some very. I worked on a real life problem actually. There, it was a research group which works on ice cube detector. So there I developed, not actually developed. I recreated a part in a very small scale. Sorry. So yeah, that was a very good experience. And challenges is getting into some very good PhD program after completing my MSc. Definitely would be a challenge for me. Let's see how it goes. Regarding preparation to answering to Divyanshu's question, I would say if you have prepared for JEE, then I would say almost 30 to 40% syllabus of physics overlaps with IIT JAM preparation. So if you have your 11, 12 notes left with you, they are very good source to learn mechanics and these thermodynamics and all those things.
Okay, so is there any other question from anyone's side? You can put it up in chat or either raise your hand or open your mic. And yeah, one thing I was mentioning, I saw one question asking Harshul Bhaiya about managing, I think, internship or academics or something. So those who don't know, Harshul Bhaiya was the basically he was awarded with the Sir Syed Global Scholar Award, and I think you have both 10 CPIs in both the final semesters in 7th and 8th. Bhaiya.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and obviously he was having a lot of good projects while he was in BTech. So Harshul, I think managed everything so well as far as we have studied about his journey in BTech. So this is not a question I think for Harshul, surely. Do they ask?
Actually, you can manage it. Like the scoring, like exam scoring, is not a very difficult thing to crack. You just need a week, I would say, to study and see all the previous year question papers. Most of these things, these professors do not even like take their time to make some new questions. Almost 30-40% of the paper is repeated. So you just need to crack the code. What type of things they ask in your in ZSCT exams. 1 week of study can definitely end up 9+ CGPA to you in the ZSCT. And rest of the time you can dedicate to your projects in RoboClub and prepare for your exams. It's very easy. You don't need to even pay attention in class. I would say that's a very bad advice being a senior, but that's very real advice as well.
Okay. So the question Azun is asking is, do they ask question of JEE advanced level in JAM?
No. I would say JAM is a bit easier than JEE Advanced because competition is a bit less. So it still hasn't reached to that level of JEE Advanced where lakhs of students appear for a particular exam, but they ask more diverse question. Like JEE Advanced has just few subjects of physics. Now, if once you appear for JAM, then they expect more regarding they ask question regarding quantum mechanics, statistical mechanics, and there would be some modern physics part as well, which you don't study for JEE Advanced. So the syllabus increases, but difficulty level a bit less as compared to JEE Advanced, definitely. But once you reach that level, I would say you can easily solve JEE Advanced physics paper as well.
Okay, so next question is, please give more details regarding Cersei Global Scholarships. How to have a strong
That is a very
application.
good question and might definitely help many people who want to pursue MS, especially, not even PhD. So this SSGC is an organization funded by our alumni from AMU, from almost every field we have in AMU. So they open their applications every year in March, I would say, or you can check their website, which is ssgsa.us, I guess. So you can go to their website and check when they will open their applications. They'll invite you for applications. They need a SOP. You have to fill their form carefully regarding your interest, all your research work or publications you have any, your CV and everything. And then they'll shortlist some people out of it and for an interview and test. So test is a GRE based pattern test, which is a small test, but not completely GRE size. But the pattern is GRE based. So you have to clear that test and an interview, and then they award you scholarship. The scholarship includes they'll pay you university fees for 5 institutes. Like in US, when you apply for either MS or PhD, you have to pay at least around 100 to 70 or even $150 to for the application fees. So they'll pay you this fees for 5 universities, and then they'll also pay the fees for GRE, which is around $250 again in Indian rupees, around 18 to 20,000. They'll pay the fees for your TOEFL, which is around 13 to 14,000, and they'll also give you a GRE booster preparation as well, which again costs 15 to 15,000 or something. It is like Magoosh or Princeton Review or something. This is like a coaching sort of thing, but with no teacher. You get exercises, sample papers, and mock test in a complete package to prepare for GRE. So they provide you for free of cost. So these are all these advantages for joining, like getting selected for